Good morning, everybody. This is Rick coming at you from Arizona, which where it is surprisingly cold, honestly. I'm sure it's much colder in Seattle where I'm from, but it's a little chilly. This morning I wanted to talk a little bit about CBCS labels. I mean, you can imagine I get questions probably 8-10 times a week about, hey, what color are my labels going to be if I use immacuclean or your products on my books from CGC? And the answer is, and I've stopped counting now, but it's over 150 times now. It's been blue labels with immacuclean, and I've had 0 purple labels in that respect. Now, CBCS labels, I'm going to rely on some of you to help me out here because my Google searches do not elucidate this matter at all. I get conflicting results from my searches on what CBCS does, and maybe I'm just not reading their website correctly. But it appears that they don't have a different color for restored. They just put the word restored in the upper left-hand corner of the label, or at least they did. I think there's been some changes to their label designs recently. But I'll just show some examples. These are some books that I had cleaned recently. I basically bathed these books. I mean, I soaked them in immacuclean. I disassembled and reassembled these books, and they came back without a restored grade. It's a Tales of Suspense 53, which I thought was the first Black Widow after reading it, but apparently it's the second. And a Batman 86, and I literally washed these in my washing machine for about half an hour. So they were really soaked in the stuff. Came back as I'll show you the images here. A customer was kind enough to send these to me. And another one is a black person sent me his images of his Black Panther #1, excellent work that he did. And it was a Black Panther #1 and a Moon Knight #1, which he then got signed and by Bill Sienkiewicz. Correct me, I've met the guy several times. I've always been afraid to pronounce his name. He actually signed one of my kids', he actually drew a Spider-Man head on one of my kids' baby blankets. That's also signed by Frank Cho, Todd McFarlane. Let's see, several people that have drawn a Spider-Man head on that blanket, maybe 10 or 12. That's pretty cool. Anyway, I digress. So he kind enough to send me the work that he did. And I take no credit for that work. That was all him, and it looks fantastic. I'll share a few before and after photos here. You'll see I'll show you the Black Panther here, #1, the work he did. And even his staple is a lot cleaner. You can polish the staples mechanically. Some people recommend you don't polish them because some people look for the tooling marks on them. I have no way of verifying this, but I've heard they can look for tooling marks, so I electroclean them to preserve the marks. And they look pretty good, when they're electrocleaned. So, why go to all the other effort of making a huge mess if you don't have to? And so he did this work here. You can see the image. Also, he did his Moon Knight. Looks great. I have several copies of this book myself, which has been worth next to nothing until recently, and suddenly I think it's all of a sudden valuable. Makes me regret that I got rid of my Werewolf by Night 32 I'd been hanging on to forever, and my 2 marble spotlights, number whatever that is with Moon Knight. But they look great. He did a fantastic job, and I'll put a link to his video in my description. He has a little unboxing video. And the third one is another person who has requested some even larger chamfered pressing boards for me, and he has this comment. He says, "I don't have any idea how these things work, but they do." It's like, well, I guess it's nice if you have some idea, but really I guess that's my job to know how they work, and your job just to use it. And it's an art and a science. So I don't claim that it always works, and I don't even claim that that you'll learn how to use it properly. But through my videos and lessons and examples, which there are many, I hope that I hope you do. I hope you get good at it, and it takes some practice and time. So here's his example here of this Conan book, which it looks spectacular. He did a great job. he uses immacuclean and chamfered boards, and he's back buying more stuff. So that's great. That's great for me. Hopefully keep that business alive, and hopefully we can make it into year 2, and I'll add more products. And I've been traveling so much and working so much in my regular other job that I haven't had time to bring new products to market, because it's a lot of testing, and I have to really make sure I have my material choices and the trade-offs for cost and production all make sense. But I'm going to add the tic-tac boards, the staple forming device. I might even sell a staple electrocleaning kit. Some things I'm going to put together now that I've got my laser cutter, especially, that I'll make to sell, and we will add those, and then you guys can get better at it. And hopefully I'm done. Hopefully one day I won't never clean another comic book, and I'll be done making stuff, and the world will just start doing it, because there's a lot of comic books, and clearly it takes a lot of us being very good to do this. And I'm hopefully you're learning, when I say learning, mostly I mean slowing down and taking your time, because a lot of this is just doing what I do, but doing it slower. Rolling your Q-tip on a spot to make sure this particular book isn't going to lose any ink before you start just like messing the thing up, and then saying, damn, doesn't work. Because, like I say lots of times, 2 books side by side that look identical, in some cases the ink will start to come off of one and doesn't come off of another one. I still have not cracked that code. I do not know why that is. I have a lot of suspicions, but I don't know why that's the case. But and people will report to me the opposite cases. They say, oh, this type of book, the ink comes off and the other one it doesn't, and the next person will say the opposite. So these books have their own storied histories, and they each need to be treated with care before you start. And you cannot be in a hurry. This is a game of inches. It is not a game of miles. I know I sound like a broken record, and I say it all the time, but this is not a fast game. And pressing is kind of fast. You can actually press a lot of books at a time, and there's not a lot of danger to that, except popping staples, which is an overpressure game. If you press too much, too hard. But the cleaning part is, you cannot be in a hurry. This is not a hurry thing. So you have to have your patience. And if you feel your sense, you have a sense of yourself. I think you'll eventually get a little part where you'll feel comfortable doing this. And as soon as you feel comfortable, many people will just start trying to go a lot faster to get through, because some people, it's making money, right? It's a business. You need to resist that urge. You need to take that thought, and you need to squish it and smash it down. Because if you feel it in your belly that you're in a hurry, you just want this to go faster, it's time to stand up and walk away. This is not for the impatient soul. So anyway, I just wanted to say hi from sunny but cold Arizona, and to let you know a little bit about these CBCS labels, which and let me know. I'm sure you guys know more than I do. If you can comment for me on what their color scheme is, if anyone's cracked that code, if there is a color scheme at all for CBCS. I think they had a red, then a yellow label, and who knows. Maybe someone from CBCS can chime in and help us decode that. But otherwise, I believe that they just put the word restored in the upper left-hand corner. Anyway, thanks a lot, and I hope you guys have a good day. Take care. Bye-bye.